Hello and welcome to another tutorial of JavaScript. In this tutorial we will be learning about the pre-increment and the post-increment operators. I already set this example up so that I can explain this to you. I have a variable num1 whose value has been set to 10. I have a variable num2 whose value has been set to 11. Then I'm displaying the values of num1 and num2. If I have to increment a value of a variable by 1, here's a shortcut in JavaScript that is ++. This ++ could be used to the left of the variable name or to the right of the variable name. In either case, it will going to increment the variable's value by 1. So if one is 10, the other one is 11, you're going to make num1 11 and num2, it will going to turn into 12. So if I give them the same value, 10 and 10, it will going to make both of them 11. So this is what ++ does. Now here is the difference between the pre and the post. If the num1 is assigning its value to num3 and num2 is assigning its value to num4, the ++ now makes a lot of difference pre versus post. If it is pre, then what this will going to do is it will going to first increase the value of num1 by 1, which will going to change from 11 to 12, and we'll then going to assign 12 to num3. In the second case, it will going to first assign the current value of num2, which is 11, to num4, and will then going to increase it by 1. So now here's an example. As I run it, you will be able to see the difference between the variables. So now I would like to make some changes to my output just so that it is a little bit more understandable. So here is a value of num1 and here is the value of num2, and then I would like to place br on the other side of num2, and I would like to rather use this as my standard output. num3 and num4. Okay, now let's run this in a browser and see the output. Now you will going to notice here as the first line of output comes in, num1 and num2, they're both 10. Then as I increase the value of num1 and num2 by using pre and post increments, notice num1 and num2 both turn into 11. Then I am incrementing the value of num1 again by using pre-increments. As a result, num1 now turns to 12. And num1's value that's going into num3, that also turns into a 12 because it is a pre-increment. On the other hand, num2, which is a post-increment, the num2's value goes into num4 before the increment, therefore num4 is 11. However, the num2 increments itself, so num2 is 12. So this is the pre and the post increment. We'll catch you in another tutorial pretty soon where we'll be learning about how to work with the composite operator. Thank you very much.